Today, actually, what we want to talk about is some tips for you guys about how to start working and using your Python skills to solve uh, data-driven problems.
Yeah, so we had a few sessions that were more technical. We showed you guys how we do the heavy duty stuff, the modeling and all of that, but we also believe that it's really important to speak about what's called the soft side of data science and data analysis and a lot of people approach us and like ask us how do I get into the field, or I'm a data analyst, how do I become a data scientist? And some people don't even understand the difference, so we want to start touching these subjects of what's the difference between data science, data analysis, and from what kind of backgrounds people can enter the field, and how the route to this field should look like, at least from our experience.
Yeah. So we've been in the field for something like 5 years, actual experience, not talking about degrees. So you want to start with your experience about the differences between data science and data analysis?
Yeah, sure. So usually, data science is something new, and data analysis is something that exists even as a profession for many years, and we all know tools like Microsoft Excel and everything that involves taking data and finding hidden insights in the data, even if it's using even a pen and paper, then this is data analysis. And data science is something that, as more and more data in the world started to aggregate, and computing power was, in the past, computers were huge and only several institutions had access to real computing power. But as microprocessors and computers evolved, then many theoretical algorithms that only existed in articles and maybe they were implemented in very large supercomputers. These were available for even usage in a laptop, and then data science came to life, and the main idea of data science is, we don't just use our brains as humans to find the hidden insights in the data, but we use the computer and we help guide it to think and to find things in the data.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I mean, sometimes, even if you're a data analyst or a data scientist, you kind of blend those two jobs together, because I can see, and even from my own experience, I can see that when I've done some analysis kind of jobs or missions, let's say, I find myself do a research like a data scientist, which means I actually use a lot of algorithms that are based on statistics and some real heavy, quote unquote, algorithms that the regular average data analyst don't even see in the entire lifetime. And I implement those kind of algorithms on the analysis kind of jobs, and vice versa. I mean, I can do a simple or even advanced analysis when I'm trying to solve a data science problem. So these two worlds are not two distinct worlds. They are actually kind of congruent in a way. So each one is actually a gateway, has a gateway to the other one. So this is pretty interesting. But the main thing from my experience and elaborating what you just said is that the data scientist most of the time will be focused solely on the usage of those kind of algorithms, advanced algorithms, things that has been opened up to our capabilities as technology grows, and this is primarily the difference, like I see it, between those two kind of jobs.
Yeah, sure. So one of the things that popped into my mind, and I want to elaborate everyone, and also like to hear your opinion. And we didn't prepare for this, but I was thinking, do you need to, if you want to get into data science, do you think that coming from data analysis to data science is first mandatory, or let's say that it's not, then what are the benefits from this route? Or maybe I can just go straight to data science, What do you think about that?
My answer, first of all, that's a great question. My answer to that is it really, really depends on your background. First and foremost. The second thing, it's not only your educational background, but your experience background. And the second most important thing is your, let's say, ambition, if you will. Because even if your background in terms of experience and in terms of education is kind of lacking, but you have the ambition, then it's phenomenal. Because I see a lot of guys that came out from the university and they think that just because they learn some advanced things and because they're really, really smart, they can do data science work like that, and then they become expedient, and then they become not as conscientious and forthrightly as they could be, and they tend to do the job okay. But you know what they say? They say that the great is the enemy of the best. So they tend to suffer from that problem. But I still value your background more than your ambition. So this is one part of my answer. The second part is, even in terms of background, it's not enough to say that you have a PhD or whatever it is, because if you just went out from the academy and you have this degree, I don't know if it's master's or PhD, and you think that you're not going to learn anything anymore, and you lost that connection with learning, then you're going to be average or going downhill, because the whole world is going forward. And if you stop moving forward, you don't stay where you are, you just go backwards. So you have to keep learning all the time. Otherwise, you're going to be even in a lower position than someone that has less experience and knowledge than you, but has more ambition. So this is my general answer to that question.
I like that answer. I was thinking in different directions, so I really like what you said about dedication that you always need to learn.
Yeah.
And this is one of the main things that I say to people that go into data science, and it's that there is no manual that says do this, that, and that, and then you can build an algorithm, or because every problem has a different solution, and the data scientist must have tools to face every data-driven problem that the data scientist faces. So you must always learn. You must always evolve with the field. And if I would need to answer my question, then we in Data Magicians we also teach that when we start the data science course, that is we're starting soon. Then one of the first things that we talk about is what is data science, and we can think about data science as like a pie chart. And the pie chart can be divided to roughly.
You want to paint it?
Yeah, you can do that. So we can think about it. It's not really a pie chart because.
Let me just point the camera.
Yeah, show it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Great. So now Yossi is the photographer, but he's versatile. So it's not really a pie chart, but it's like an intersection of three main fields. So we can think about it as if we have three circles. Then let's say that this one is, let's call it like technical. Okay, this is tech. And this one is like math and stats. And this one is like analytics. So, if you want to do data science, then you need to have everything. Data science is like the intersection of these three fields. So, analytics is everything that's related to data communication and business thinking, and tech is like how do you program.
Yeah.
And how do you like work on different kinds of infrastructure, and this is more like data engineering stuff. And math and stats, this is how you can understand algorithms and statistics behind algorithms and the mathematical proofs that are behind the algorithms. And if you have everything, then you're a really good data scientist. And as Yossi said, because every person usually has a background in roughly one, and in a good case two, of these fields, then you must always learn what you're missing. So if for example I come from math, then I might need to learn how to program well if I want to have the tech side, and analytics is like the hardest part to learn. This is usually a skill that maybe you're even born with. This is analytical thinking, and we try to teach you guys that how to think. But if you want to be good in analytical thinking, then usually you need to be very sharp in your mind, and this is the hard and soft part together, and this is how I see data science.
Yeah, sure. That's actually a really good way to show all the things that make data science what it is. As time goes by, I think that this definition, if you will, of data science is becoming even more in need of an expansion, and that expansion is actually is the way to communicate what you just thought or created using math or know how to do technically. So it's like, let's say that you have a problem and you got everything you need in terms of your thinking, and you got all the technology that you need to use in order to solve your problem. But if you don't know how to communicate your solution, then it's going to get downhill. I mean, you can create the best algorithm or find the best one. You know exactly how to think your problem through. You have the great code to do all your analysis, but if at the end you will not be able to communicate your solution to the management, let's say, that eventually use your product, then everything will go down the tubes, as far as I'm concerned. And it happened to people that I know. So I would actually add another circle, which is the communication kind of skill. That if we use stereotypes, then math people such as you and I
usually we can't communicate with people. But we try.
So communication is another skill that you need to have in order to be a data scientist, or even if you want to be a data analyst, it's the same kind of spiel.
Yeah. So Yossi added another circle. He made things even more difficult, and this field is difficult already. But you know that's the cool part of it, because you are always challenged. There is always more knowledge, and I think that you need to be curious. You need to be like a knowledge seeker in this field if you want to be good. And if you think that there's like a box, and inside the box there's like the data science knowledge, and then you do like a course or a degree or something like that, and you have the box and you know everything that is inside the box, then this is not the case. The box is infinity, and the knowledge that you need, you can always get more knowledge and be better. And this is the cool part of data science, and we're going to speak in other sessions in the future. We're gonna get deeper into what exactly is data science, and we hear about data science and AI and many other buzzwords that we don't understand, what's deep learning and all that. So we teach that in the course. If you really want to run and create the algorithms by yourselves and solve data problems using data science tools and machine learning and all that, we teach that in the course. But we also want to expose to and reach as many people as we can, just by explaining about the field and let you guys understand what this is all about and why me and Yossi are doing what we do. So we're going to talk about all of these issues in the sessions that we do live on Facebook. We're going to create a podcast. We're going to do lots of cool and interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And feel free to reach out to us in Data Magicians. We always like to hear what you guys have to say.
So see you around.
Yeah, bye. Thanks.
זה כיף זה ששומעים